Very good afternoon. This is the midday news on Rajya Sabha television. My name is Aishwarya Kapoor. Let us start the news bulletin with the top headlines. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu urges members to improve quality of debates, make decision-making quicker. Says disruptions lead to pendency of legislations and lapse of crucial bills. Asks members to change their approach and think of feasible solutions. Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad introduces a fresh anti-triple talaq bill in Lok Sabha, bill to replace ordinance issued in February. Homeopathy Central Council Amendment Bill 2019 will also be introduced. Encephalitis deaths in Bihar resonate in Rajya Sabha during 0 hour. Members pay tribute to victims of the deadly AES disease. 136 children dead, 636 affected as per official figures. On International Yoga Day, Prime Minister Modi leads over 35,000 Ranchi residents in performing asanas, urges them to find harmony in life by making yoga part of their daily routine. And President Ramnath Kovind takes part in Yoga Day event at Rashtrapati Bhavan, underscores need to make yoga a part of lifestyle. Vice President Naidu proposes inclusion of yoga in school curriculum. Lok Sabha Speaker, MPs perform yoga at Parliament House complex. First up, news on budget session of Parliament, and Rajya Sabha Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has expressed concern over the disruptions and low productivity in the upper house. Now, making observations at the first session of the constitution of the 17th Lok Sabha, Chairman Naidu urged the members of the House to debate issues of public importance and formulate laws that improve governance and the quality of the lives of people. He expressed concern over low productivity in the House and said that the substantial loss of functional time results in pendency of crucial legislations and the lapse of crucial bills on the dissolution of Lok Sabha.
Since my assumption of the office of the chairman of this August House, I have been expressing time and again my concern about the disruptions of the proceedings of the House and the negative public perception arising out of this dysfunctional state of affairs by around 40 members. Every 0 hour lost means depriving 15 members from raising issues of immediate public importance. Similarly, if the House does not function, about 10 more members lose their opportunity of raising many issues in the House in other forums. In this context, I would like to mention a few issues that seems to be impending speedy passing of bills. And I want you people to ponder over this, not now, but across the country, hold consultations. The bills passed by the Lok Sabha and pending in the Rajya Sabha lapse with the dissolution of the House of the People. They have to be reintroduced in Lok Sabha, and the entire process has to be gone through afresh. This means a lot of delay. Can we make any change in this regard? So just suggestion. The House of Parliament seems to lose a lot of time in disruptive expression of adversarial position. Can we change this approach and improve the quality of debates and make decision making a little quicker than now? Third, quite a few bills are pending in Rajya Sabha for decades without required consideration. Should we continue them or treat them as lapse?
And our colleague Vishaldi is now joining us live from Parliament. Vishal, now today is the first full-fledged session in both houses of Parliament, and Chairman of Rajya Sabha M. Venkaiah Naidu has today pitched for parliamentary reforms. He has spoken of dissolution of Lok Sabha, the lapsing of bill in Rajya Sabha, pendency of bills, and how to make parliamentary debates more effective. Vishal, can you hear me?
The question.
Vishal, I was asking that, today is the first full-fledged session in both houses of Parliament, and at the beginning of this session, we saw Chairman of Rajya Sabha M. Venkaiah Naidu pitching for parliamentary reforms. All right. We'll try to connect back with our colleague Vishal Daya, who's joining us from Parliament. Meanwhile, let's now talk about Lok Sabha. Well, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad has introduced a fresh bill to make the practice of instant triple talaq as illegal. Well, the bill was introduced in Lok Sabha amid opposition uproar. The Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2019 will replace an ordinance that was issued in February by the previous BJP-led NDA government.
I beg to move for leave to introduce a bill to protect the rights of married Muslim women and to prohibit divorce by pronouncing talaq by their husbands and to provide for matters connected therewith or is illegal thereto. Because abandoning or deserting wives and dependents is not unique to the Muslim community, why not make a law which universally criminalizes the abandonment of family and dependence without taking responsibility, instead of just focusing on one community? The bill exceeds the legislative because one second, in list 3 of Schedule 7, item number 1 deals with criminal law, item number 13 deals with civil procedure, item number 5 marriage and divorce. So triple talaq comes under item number 5, which deals with marriage and divorce. This is neither criminal nor civil but personal law. So the government cannot deal this as a criminal matter, and this is abuse of the legislative power. I strongly oppose the introduction of the bill, because it is violation of Article 14, Article 15, Article 25.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जजमेंट दिया कि ट्रिपल तलाक अब वॉइड है, यानी शादी खत्म नहीं होती है। जब शादी खत्म नहीं होती है और हमने कानून बनाया है, क्या है? डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस एक्ट, 498 आईपीसी, 125 सीआरपीसी और मुस्लिम वुमेन प्रोटेक्शन एक्ट 1986. सो बिकॉज ऑफ दिस, your bill, purported bill, does not satisfy intelligible differentia.
Right, so Law Minister there tabling the anti-triple talaq bill, a fresh bill to make instant Muslim divorce or the triple talaq as illegal. Remember, it had got stalled in the upper house of Parliament and had lapsed, and now again it was introduced. Vishal Daya is now joining us from Parliament. Vishal, we have seen Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad moving the triple talaq bill yet again, a fresh bill here. And, instantly we saw reactions, opposition coming and stalling the proceedings. We talk about Shashi Tharoor there. We saw Asaduddin Owaisi there. And it was kind of expected, isn't it?
Well, yes, as far as the triple talaq bill is concerned, that was an important piece of legislation which was tabled out there in the Lok Sabha. And in terms of the reactions which came in from the opposition parties, we saw similar reactions when this bill was introduced during the previous Lok Sabha by the government as well. But the government doing so on the first day of the legislative business in the lower house is a clear indication that how high this bill is on the priority of the new government. But apart from that, in the upper house, as well as you were earlier saying, the chairman's remarks clearly highlight the focus which needs to be there as far as the upper house is concerned. He pointed out two important issues there. One, those bills which get lapsed after the dissolution of Lok Sabha, despite the fact that they were passed on to the upper house, and also those bills which have been pending in the upper house for quite some time, some of them for more than 2 decades now. Yes. So these are the two issues which the chairman flagged specifically, and obviously the disruptions which have been earlier. We've seen the order of the day in several sessions and during several sittings of the House.
All right, Vishal, thank you so much for all those updates there from Parliament. And Rajya Sabha today also paid tributes to the victims of the deadly encephalitis in Bihar. Now, members observed silence to pay homage to 136 children who have lost their lives due to the AES outbreak in the state.
We all know what has happened in Bihar. The exact number of children who were killed in Bihar is not yet known. They are dying every day. Every day and night they are dying. And the government is calling that it's an accidental death. No, sir. In fact, it should be called as a murder of the poor children. The children from poor backgrounds, the sons and daughters of the peasants, poor peasants, the workers, the toilers, they are being killed, sir. Till now, official documents say that 130 of them have died, 130. And some reports say it's 183.
Let us not take the number without
Anyhow, it's a big number. Sir,
large number of...
Sir, the government is telling that they have deployed battalions of doctors to Bihar. What will they do, sir, there? Doctors in big number can't solve the problem. Sir, the hospitals, they have no medicine, no infrastructure, nobody take care for them.
CPI member Abhinoy Biswam raised the issue during 0 hour, saying that malnutrition and poverty were the main reasons for children to fall victims to the disease. And as per official figures, the disease has affected over 600 children across 16 districts of Bihar. Muzaffarpur district has borne the maximum brunt, accounting for 117 deaths so far. Muzaffarpur's Shri Krishna Medical College and Hospital has converted into a prisoner's ward into an intensive care unit to accommodate the rising number of encephalitis patients. The State Health Department has also deputed additional medical officers, child specialists and nurses from other districts to Muzaffarpur to help the health officials in the district. The National Human Rights Commission has also sent notices to the centre and all states over health infrastructure in the country, including the Bihar government. The NHRC has also directed that teams comprising doctors and NHRC officials will visit hospitals, primary health centres and other health facilities in Bihar and other vulnerable states. And all the news related to the 5th International Yoga Day today. Prime Minister Narendra Modi led the 5th International Yoga Day celebrations at Ranchi, and over 35,000 people participated in the main event that was held at the Prabhat Tara ground in Ranchi. The theme for this year's Yoga Day is Yoga for Heart Care. Speaking at the event, the Prime Minister urged people to embrace yoga and make it a part of their daily lifestyle for better health and well-being. He also coined a motto to make yoga for peace, harmony and progress.
विचार को बढ़ाता है। सभी लोग खड़े हो जाएं। गर्दन की क्रियाओं के अभ्यास से शुरू करेंगे। आगे और पीछे झुकाने का अभ्यास, पैरों में 2 इंच का अंतर।
I urge you all to embrace yoga and make it an integral part of your daily routine. Yoga is ancient and modern. It is constant and evolving. For centuries, the essence of yoga has remained the same. Healthy body, stable mind, spirit of oneness. Yoga also furthers unity among people and in our society. This can heal several challenges that our world faces. Friends, peace, harmony have always been associated with yoga. On the occasion of the 5th International Yoga Day, let our motto be Yoga for Peace, Harmony and Progress.
And at the yoga event organized at the Rashtrapati Bhavan, President Ramnath Kovind urged everyone to embrace yoga for better health.
दोनों हथेलियां कंधों के ऊपर रखें, कोहनियां मिलाएं और घुमाएं आगे की ओर, कंधों को कोहनियां मिलाते हुए स्कंध चालन, शोल्डर रोटेशन। अब पीछे की ओर, बैक।
यह योग को हमारे जीवन का अभिन्न अंग बनाने का तरीका है। इस तरह के आयोजनों के माध्यम से मानसिक और शारीरिक स्वास्थ्य बेहतर करने के लिए योग को समाज के हर स्तर के लोगों में तथा भिन्न भिन्न आयु समूहों में लोकप्रिय बनाया जा सकता है। आप सभी से मैं ये आग्रह करूंगा कि योग अभ्यास को अपने जीवन का अभिन्न अंग बनाएं। इससे आपको स्वस्थ जीवन जीने की मानसिक और शारीरिक शक्ति प्राप्त होगी। मैं आप सभी के स्वस्थ जीवन की कामना करता हूं।
And Vice President Venkaiah Naidu at an event at the Red Fort said that yoga is a holistic discipline for healthy state of mind and body. He added that Yoga Day celebrations at the international level is a matter of great pride for India.
It is a holistic discipline which leads to a healthy state of mind, robust body and complete well-being of an individual. Yoga also means union of spirit and matter, thought and action, man and nature. A true yogi develops harmonious relationship with the self, others and the environment that form foundation of healthy societies and a healthy planet. Yoga is a way of life that entitles simplicity, honesty, compassion and respect for all creatures and natures. It is a lifestyle based on non-violence at every level in thought, feelings, words and action. Yoga advocates to the extent that we reduce the external paraphernalia in our life and even clear away the clutter of our mind, the more we will be able to concentrate, we find inner peace.
Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla and several MPs participated in a Yoga Day event organized in the Parliament House complex today.
आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस पर संपूर्ण देशवासियों को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बहुत बहुत बधाई। माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के प्रयासों से आज पूरे देश में, पूरे विश्व में अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस मनाया। शरीर को स्वस्थ रखना है तो योग की प्रयास, सूक्ष्म व्यायाम जरूरी है और मुझे आशा है कि आज संपूर्ण देश ने, पूरा विश्व अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग पर नियमित रूप से रोजाना, केवल आज नहीं, नियमित रूप से योग, सूक्ष्म व्यायाम करेगा ताकि हर व्यक्ति स्वस्थ रहे।
Yoga Day events were held across the country with union ministers leading the celebrations at many places. Home Minister Amit Shah participated in a yoga event at Rohtak in Haryana. State Chief Minister Manohar Lal Khattar also took part in the event here. Road Transport and Highways Minister Nitin Gadkari led people in Nagpur in performing yogasans. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh attended an early morning yoga session at Rajpath in New Delhi along with the New Delhi lawmaker Meenakshi Lekhi and a large number of people. The Delhi BJP is hosting around 300 yoga sessions across the capital today, in which about 10 lakh people are expected to participate. And in midday news, we'll take a very short break. News and updates continue on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman is chairing her first GST Council meeting today. Currently underway, the 35th meeting of the GST Council is considering a slashing of the GST rates on electric vehicles to 5% from the current 12%. The GST Council is also likely to discuss the extension of the tenure of National Anti-Profiteering Authority by a year till November 2020. The agenda of the meeting also includes integration of the GST e-way bill system with the NHAI's fast tag mechanism. The Council is also likely to deliberate on setting up of a single point sanctioning and processing GST refund system and a mechanism for businesses to issue e-invoices. And now a special segment on Budget 2019-20. Well, the rural development has received undivided attention by the Modi government. The allocation for rural development has increased through the consecutive budgets presented by the government during its 5-year term from 2014. And the Union Budget 2019-20 is expected to keep this primary focus towards enhancing rural economy and infrastructure. Kriti Mishra brings us this report.
After the Defence Ministry, it's only the Rural Development Ministry whose share in budgetary support has been increasing. The budget for the Rural Development Ministry for 2019-20 stands at 1,17,647 crore rupees. That's an increase of 5,244 crore rupees over the revised estimates of 2018-19. The National Rural Livelihood Mission had a 56% hike in funds, the highest among all rural schemes in the interim budget. Allocation for Manrega was also increased 9% to 60,000 rupees for 2019-20. Under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, construction of rural roads has been trebled. Pakka roads have connected 15.8 lakh out of 17.84 lakh habitations. Budget 2019 is expected to focus on the rural economy as part of the government's larger plan to transform the rural sector. Experts are demanding introduction of technology-intensive processes in the non-farm sector and treating solar energy as third crop to augment income of rural India.
Solar is a big piece of where the rural economy can grow. A lot of us have asked for solar being treated as the third crop, subsidizing the usage of solar panels in for farmers, looking at also giving solar pumps like the Chhattisgarh state has done very successfully to farmers where irrigation is a challenge.
The restructured Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Gramin that targets housing for all by 2022 is also expected to get the Finance Minister's attention. 2.95 crore houses are expected to be built by 2022. As many as 1.07 crore rural houses have been completed in the last 4 years.
The people in the rural area will get to work to build these houses. They will be involved in making these houses. So there is a vibration in the rural area also in terms of the economy, because the money will go to their hand. जो काम करेंगे उनको भी मिलेगा. Those who are going to stay, they will be benefiting. Those who are supplying the goods, because most of the time logistics play a major role.
For a stronger economy, India's rural economy needs to grow. And in the second term of the Modi government, efforts to improve the rural sector are expected to witness greater momentum. Kriti Mishra, Rajya Sabha TV.
News from Himachal Pradesh now. At least 44 people were killed and 35 others were severely injured when a bus fell into a deep drain in Kullu district of Himachal Pradesh on Thursday. Now, this private bus fell into the over 300-meter deep Nala near the Dhodmore in the Banjar Tehsil of the district. The bus was on its way to Gada Gushani. In a Twitter message, Vice President Venkaiah Naidu expressed condolences to the bereaved families and wished the injured a speedy recovery. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also expressed grief at the mishap and said that Himachal Pradesh government is providing all possible assistance that is required. And now news from the ICC Cricket World Cup, and David Warner's blistering 166-run innings led Australia to beat Bangladesh by 48 runs yesterday. And with this knock, David Warner is now the first batsman in the World Cup history to hit 250-plus scores. Australia made a mammoth 381 for 5, their second highest score in the World Cup. Skipper Aaron Finch scored 53. Usman Khawaja fell 11 short of a century. The victory has led Australia closer to securing a semi-final berth. And in reply, Bangladesh ended up with 333 runs for 8 in their stipulated 50 overs with the help of Mushfiqur Rahman's 102 not out and Mahmudullah's 69 runs. And talking about today's match, England will take on Sri Lanka in Leeds today. The match will be played at 3 p.m. today. And that is the wrap on this edition of Midday News. Thanks so much for your time.